I was drowning. I was drowning really, really bad, and no one knew. No one knew. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't ask for help. I just, some days just sat at home and just asked the Lord to please get me out of this somehow. Somehow get me out of this. I was at rock bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. If I can pastor you for just a second, I know you didn't ask for this, but today we are talking to a man who has shed a lot of blood, fought a lot of fights, whooped a lot of butt, and endured a lot of struggles. And through it, somehow, he has found purpose in that struggle. So if that's you, if you are having a hard time finding purpose in your own life, these are the kinds of stories you need to hear. So Keith, No Holds Barr. Welcome to Puddle Road. I'm so glad that you are on. So I'm glad that you agreed to come and share with us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. So the locals will, a lot of locals will know who you are. You get around a lot. Those who aren't won't. So before we get into things and talk about the struggle that you have overcome to get where you are, share with us where you are. What does your life look like right now? What are you into? Where did you get the name No Holds? Just introduce yourself to us, and then we'll go from there.
Everyone asked that question, too. Where I am now is I own No Holds Health and Fitness Club. I changed the name. It was No Holds Fitness Club. We are now located at Medbridge, which is the old Healthplex. And that's always been a dream of mine to be there. Since 2020, whenever they went under or sold, I always wanted that space. Loved that space, wanted that space. Never knew the direction to get there or how to get there, but I always wanted that for myself. So a lot of barriers to get there. I'll tell you that. A lot of hurdles I had to jump, and it was definitely a blessing to be in this position to be there. But and I also have, and I'm very proud of this, No Holds Athletics, which is my gymnastics school. And we have a cheer team for little tots. They're 4 to 7 years old, and I'm excited about that business because that was an accident as well. I was a strength and conditioning coach for West Fairmont cheerleading in 2018, and just fell in love with the sport. Didn't realize how athletic they were, didn't realize how hard they worked, and that made me fall in love with gymnastics and cheer, and I decided to do my own thing with that. So I have that, and of course my boxing. I've had that since 2017, and I teach cardio boxing classes of all ages, kids and adults.
Wow.
So that's where I'm at.
You got your hands in a lot of stuff, man. So what's your background coming into that? When you go into your gym, like right there on the right, when you first walk in, look to the right, you've got some championship belts set up. You got some photos from the old days, from the boxing days. So what was life like before this? What were you doing that led up to all this?
I was just a football player at Glenville State College, now university, but back in my day, it's the college.
Yeah.
And someone dared me to fight in a tough man. And I said, $1,000, I can do that. That's easy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how hard that would be. So I go, it was a Wednesday I got bet to do this. Friday I go in the fight in Parkersburg Tough Man. And I'm telling you right now, I got my butt whooped. And I won the fight on Friday night, but I was the whole fight.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that, it doesn't matter how many muscles you have. This is different in cardio. I go on Saturday night and make it to the finals against Thomas Naylor. I'll never forget this because I was the commercial for Tough Man.
That's a good name. That's a good name for a boxer.
Oh, he was huge.
Thomas Naylor.
He was a Ritchie County guy, I think state champion wrestler. He was huge, and he waylaid on me. And it was fight of the night because he was so much bigger, 6'4", 280.
Jeez.
And here I am, 5'10" on a good day. And it was such a good fight. I lost that fight, but I was addicted. Getting runner-up that year. And the next year, I trained my butt off, I thought. And I ran and thought that was all you needed to do is run. And did worse. I lost in the semifinals. And as I transitioned out of football, I wasn't making it to the NFL. I wasn't, coming from D2 and just wasn't good enough to do that. I started really focusing on training. Got with a trainer, Leon Ramsey, out of Glenville. He trained me, and I went to the Clarksburg Tough Man that year and knocked everybody out. First round knockout everybody. And I was like in love with the sport at this point. So I tried to fight in Tough Man again, and the promoter was like, "No, it's like batting practice. You need to go to World Tough Man." And I was like, World Tough Man? What's that into?" And of course, I'm watching no film of Mr. T doing it, and I'm like, "I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that." Ooh. So I go there, and same thing. I had 2 first-round knockouts, make it to the quarterfinals, make it to the semifinals,
Jeez,
and
man.
end up being a finalist. And that was crazy because I never dreamed I'd be a boxer.
Are you just a natural killer or what? Like, that is impressive.
Just power. I didn't have much. I love to fight, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Didn't know the boxing skill yet. I came back to West Virginia after the World Tough Man, and I wanted to fight some amateur fights after that, and turned pro in 2009. And that was all she wrote after that. And accomplished a lot in my little journey, and I met a lot of people and got to fight all over the United States, had a lot of opportunities, and some were good, some were bad, but it was all experience, and I loved every bit of it. It was a good time. So no holds.
No holds. Right.
I wanted to be the Punisher. I didn't know I wanted to be the Punisher. I wanted to be Crowbar, and then nothing stuck. And then one fight, I had a knockout in the first round, and the announcer says, "Keith, no holds barred." We all looked at each other, and it stuck. And that was it. Like that. That's exactly how I got my name.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's been my name. That's how it all happened. So that's why everything's named No Holds. It's kind of like my name, and I love that's how it happened too. Like we were going with the Punisher, I think.
Right. No holds is much better.
It is much better.
He just like crowned you with that.
Did.
With that title.
It was perfect. A light bulb clicked. We looked at each other like, that's it. That's the name.
All right. So while we're at it, what's with the Batman thing?
Oh, that's my favorite superhero.
Like, where'd that come from?
My favorite superhero.
Because I love me some Batman.
My favorite superhero as a child, and the Ninja Turtles too, as you see my socks today. But Batman was my favorite superhero as a child, and I don't know. It became the logo for me.
Well, yeah, because it was always on the back of your truck. And,
Yep.
And I came into your gym wearing Batman pants. Mm-hmm. So then I saw that, and I'm like, what is this all about?
Yeah, and I seen you wearing them, and I was like, hey.
Who had it first? That's what I want to know.
Hey, now. Batman was always my favorite superhero. I always loved the storyline, whether it was Michael Keaton or, Christian Bale. Like, I loved it. And Dark Knight is my favorite series.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good favorite series. When I try to watch with my kids, I try to watch the old Michael Keatons. The acting is not as good. Yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer, bless her heart, not as good. So I love those series, and then I ended up getting, the tattoo. My whole right arm is Dark Knight. The whole series is my
Really?
arm.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
okay.
it is.
I'll have to see it sometime.
Yeah, I'll have to show you, but it's all Catwoman and Bane, of course, and Joker.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger Joker.
Love me some Bane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Heath Ledger was probably...
he was very good.
He was good. He's real good. That's why I love... That's my... became my logo. Now, the logo, which is crazy, I got a letter in the mail about my logo at first, because I just slapped No Holds in the middle of it and had people make T-shirts. Well,
that's the stuff you don't think about.
Yeah, I don't think about this.
Yeah.
So with DC, Warner Brothers, all those things, you have to have 3 differences in your logo from the comic book.
Right.
So we had to stretch the wings out, lift it, and I had to ask for okay. It was okay. I didn't know. I had no clue.
Like, oh no,
who reported me? Who reported me?
Right. That's the question.
Yes.
We live in Fairmont, West Virginia. Like,
Who reported
who
me?
got you all the way back to DC? That's hilarious.
Goodness.
If you don't mind me asking, Keith, how old are you?
40 today. I'll be 41 tomorrow.
Nuh-uh.
Tomorrow's my birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I'm asking this because you recently had another fight. Like, you'd been out of the game for a little bit. Was it like a couple years ago, a year or two ago? You had another fight. How'd that go? At the ripe old age of whatever you were, 39, 38.
I won the one in Beckley. Yeah, it was my homecoming because that's where I grew up.
That's right. You were telling me about that.
I was born in New York, but I moved to Beckley in '97. So it was like my home. And I fought in Beckley for the first time ever, and I won. I won the decision. But, this was a secret, but I am fighting my last fight January 17th.
Stop.
Yep. I'm fighting, as of now, it's scheduled to fight Zach Randolph out of Bridgeport. So it's going to be huge. We both won the Clarksburg Tough Man, so it's even bigger.
Really?
Yeah. That'll be my retirement fight because he's a young guy.
Oh, man.
I'm the gray hair guy.
Got a little Rocky Balboa feel going there.
It does. So it's fun for me because I'm a competitor and I love competing. He's a really good fighter. He has a great record. He's fought a lot of good guys too. I just want to test myself one last time.
Yeah.
One last time for the cruiserweight title, which is mine. My cruiserweight title that's vacant now because I haven't fought for it since 2019. So because it's vacant now, it's on the line. That'd be nice to retire with that again.
Okay.
So
wow.
One more.
All right.
That's
man.
it.
All right. You're in a good place in life. Seems like it. You're helping a lot of people. You seem happy where you are. You have your different aspects of your business going off. And when we were texting back and forth preparing for this interview, you said this did not come without struggle. So for the person who is right now watching this and struggling and like, man, I'm never going to get out of this. My life, I'm never going to get it turned around. I'm never going to make something happen with my life. I just feel buried, that struggles too much. Tell us how you got there. How did you get through the struggle? What were the obstacles for you to get where you are now at 41 tomorrow years old in this place where you can look back and say, man, all that stuff prepped me and helped me get where I'm at right now? Well,
the gym business, everybody thinks it's very lucrative, and they think that you're just a millionaire by owning a gym. And although I have my hands in different businesses as far as athletic is concerned, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
But here in the last 2 or 3 years, it's declined, tremendously. And I was robbing Peter to pay Paul a lot, where I was like, okay, I'll take from this and pay my light bill here, and I will, take this from here and come back to that. And it caught up to me. And I mean, I still owed on the equipment in the gym. I still had a rent that was due every month that I wasn't able to make sometimes. And I was drowning. I was drowning really, really bad. And no one knew. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't ask for help. I just, some days just sat at home and just asked the Lord to please get me out of this somehow get me out of this. So I don't know if you remember, I picked up a job selling the internet.
I was shocked.
Yep.
I had no idea you were struggling like that.
With all the things I had going on, I picked up another job, and everybody was like, Keith, how do you have time for that? I'm like, I'm going to make it.
I've been there, buddy.
So not only did I need insurance for the boys, because that's important too, definitely insurance for the boys. The job was to get me out of a lot of jams and a lot of ruts. And then that became too tough.
Yep.
So I left Optimum.
Been there too.
I couldn't juggle it all. It was tough. I was starting to miss things, and the last thing I wanted to do when I worked for Sprint years ago was be an absent dad. That's not me at all. I love my boys with all my heart. They're number one to me. But to be on third base at a baseball game, trying to sell an iPhone 2, iPhone 5, and that's not the life that I wanted.
Yep.
So it was becoming that with Optimum. It was becoming conference calls. It was becoming, hey guys, I can't make it. You gotta stay with your mom tonight. Like it was. I didn't like that at all, and I felt like I was getting back into that space I was in 2016. So I left Optimum, and I said, okay, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to fight one more time.
There it is. Come on.
Okay. And
come on, no holds.
Because, fighting, definitely at the stage of I was with 20 wins, you're able to make a lot of money. So I went to Tennessee twice and made $8,000 and $10,000. Those got me out of the jams at that point, but I still was drowning. It still would catch up
just
to me.
Just a Band-Aid on a
That's all it was.
Wound,
So all it was a Band-Aid, and I realized that. And January, the rent was getting ready to go up at my spot, and mortgage on my equipment was past due, and I was going to lose everything.
Jeez.
And
you hit it well. You always walked in with a smile on your face
every day, even though I was crying inside.
Yeah.
I was crying inside, and sometimes in the car.
Yeah.
Before I walked in, because I didn't know how I was going to fix this. Fighting wasn't going to be a thing I could do anymore after 40.
Yeah.
And that those days are going to be over, that I could do that. Being very vulnerable here because this was tough, and I'm just getting out of it, right? Just getting out of the water. So years ago, I heard that the doctor over at MedBridge bought the space. I didn't know the hospital, Fairmont, whatever that happened there. I knew that he had bought the space. And there was another facility there, another gym there. And I wanted to know if I could share, if I could just share it. Is there any way I could share that space? And he said, Keith, I got one better for you. He said, let's have a meeting on Monday, and we'll talk about how we can make it all work. And I was like, I talked to him years ago, and he wasn't really interested. But then that meeting was very encouraging because what he was trying to do is mix wellness and fitness together, and I was a perfect fit. When I'm telling you, this meeting made me run out to my car, call my mother, call my dad, and say, I don't know what just happened, but I'm moving October 1st. And just like that, it was like September 16th. And next thing I know, it's 14 days and I'm moving into this dream spot that I always wanted. That's only God, because I was going to lose everything. I didn't know how to explain to anybody. I didn't know how to tell my kids that. They didn't know. They don't know until now. But
Yeah,
I was going to lose everything. And I didn't know where to turn. Couldn't ask for another loan. There was no other loans to give. I was extended at that point. So this was more than a blessing. And I don't even think he knows what he's done for me. I know God knows what he's done for me, but I don't think the doctor knows what he did. He saved me out of something that I didn't know I was going to be able to get out of, because my fighting days are almost over, right? I'm not making big checks anymore at 40 years old. So that was, and robbing Peter to pay Paul is not the answer.
Yeah.
Now you got gymnastics bills that are due because you decided to pay the light bill here. And it was rough. Got to pay my instructors, and I'm telling them, hey guys, wait till the first of the month. I don't have it right now because I was having to do those things. It was tough. It was tough. And then I had something happen this summer, unexpected, and there was a cheerleader turnover. And I lost a lot of cheerleaders and a lot of students at my gymnastics. And we're talking 30, which is a huge difference in income to pay the rent there. That rent's $1,200. The electric is $250. The gas is $150. I mean, I was losing in all the areas. And we turned that around. I have great instructors that persevered with me because I was refusing to quit. I was refusing to close down. It was asked of me to do, like, hey, what if we take a break? What if we close down gymnastics for a little while until we get back on our feet? And I was like, we can't do it. There's so many other kids that depend on this. That's their outlet. We're going to figure it out. And we did. And I couldn't thank them enough for sticking it out with me because it was not hard. It wasn't easy, I'm saying. It wasn't easy at all. I was losing in all aspects at the same time. It was tough. It was tough. But I thank God for having mercy on me because I'm not as faithful as I should be. And he doesn't care. He's always going to have your back. It doesn't matter if you're faithful or not. He has his hand on you no matter what. And that I appreciate more than anything. So now I make sure every day, especially now in the last 6 months, as we talked before, that I thank him every day because I was at rock bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. If I can pastor you for just a second, I know you didn't ask for this,
No.
but the pastor hat, just sometimes it just comes on. But when you were sharing that story, it brings to my mind a story in the Gospels. You can look it up later today. But there were 10 lepers. They were all in an impossible situation, just like you were. Like there is no in that day cure for this. Like they're living this out, and there is no hope. It's right where you were. This is going to take me out. And the Lord healed all 10 of them. And they all left. And one of them stopped for whatever reason, turned around, came back to thank the Lord for healing him. Nine got the blessing and went on about their life and went on to do whatever they wanted to do, go back to their families, go back to their wife, go get back into building their business. They got to start their life back again and start prospering again. One stop came back to thank the Lord. And my encouragement to you is that, you have been highly blessed. Because I heard not just this story, but that day at the gym you were telling me just how it just came to you, just the Lord just dropped it in your lap. And so my encouragement is, as you now are going to begin prospering from this blessing, don't forget to turn around and come back. Don't get so caught up by the blessing that you forget the purpose of the blessing. And the purpose of the blessing is for you to bring glory to the Lord and to draw other people to Him. Because you know it, clearly you know it. You have this magnetic leadership gift on you. People they follow you, they're attracted to you, and that's a gift from the Lord as well. So what you do, how you present, how you take this gift that's been given to you and use it is going to be seen, it's going to be watched, and it's going to be emulated. It's going to be followed. People follow Keith Barr. They just do. And so the Lord has given you this blessing. And my encouragement is to remember the purpose. And the purpose of the blessing is always, first of all, to draw people to the blesser. And the only way for that to happen is for you to stay intimately connected with the blesser. Don't let the other stuff distract you, but let this be a reminder to start going even deeper into your walk with the Lord. That's just my little pastoral 2 cents. All right, so
needed that.
That's for you. That's for you. You can watch that back later.
I needed that.
Yeah. So that's my reminder to you. With that said, tell me your vision for the community, because, like I said, you have your hand in so many things. You changed your name from what was it? No Holds Fitness to No Holds Health and Fitness. So you have a vision for this community. You want to leave an impact. I know you want to leave a legacy of health and wellness, but what is your passion right now for this community that you live in? How are you wanting to change people's lives?
Well, first and foremost, I want folks to know that the battle is won as soon as you walk in the gym door. So that's the first battle you win, and encourage that behavior and that habit. I don't care how much you lift. I don't care how strong you are. I know you're going to eat a cheeseburger or pizza later, but to focus on your fitness and your wellness, walking the gym is the first step. And that's always what I've been. I know some of the things I do is intense, but if you just try it, you'll be addicted to it. You'll be addicted to the way you feel, the way your body feels, the way you look. And that's on that side of things. That's where I want the community to go is be addicted to something and be addicted to wellness and fitness. Yeah. The other thing, my goals for the community this is a big one for me. So we didn't talk about this, but I don't think I've ever told you this, but my major was criminal justice. About midway point into college, I was going to be a cop or correctional officer. You couldn't tell me anything different. And then a mentor of mine, still my mentor, she was my sociology teacher, and she would make me role play in front of the class. And I didn't know why. She would always pick on me. And she said, I want you to come to the elementary schools with me and just shadow me. And I'm like, okay. And she said, I will count this as your community service. And I did it. And I just I don't know. I was just being myself. I would be in the playground with the kids. I would playing basketball. I would, if they fell or got hurt or was in trouble, I would pull them to the side and talk to them. She said, you are a natural at kids, period. You need to do this. It's not criminal justice. I changed my major in the middle. I'm almost done, and I got to pick up sociology.
Holy smokes.
And I was close because I was my minor, and picked up that double. And went the whole different route with my education. Went to Presley Ridge, then on the United Summit Center for Kids. So by saying that, my main goal, I love working with kids and developing them, right? I want to have after-school programs. That's the next and last adventure. I don't know if I'll call it No Holds Kids or what. I don't know what I'll call it. But that's the next thing I want to do. I want to have an after-school program for kids. Maybe summer program. I'm not sure, but some kids, parents work till 5:00, so kids are doing nothing until then. Samuel, I know my son. He's on his phone if I don't make him do his homework. Yeah. And I would love to have after-school programming at some point. That's the goal. That's my main goal right there.
Really.
I'm driving to that.
And set that foundation young.
Mm-hmm.
Man, because the habits that are instilled,
Yeah.
you know, your choices become your habits become your character. And
Yeah.
if you can instill good habits young, that is built into your character, you know. And it's much easier to fulfill your purpose when you're healthy and strong and fit and not worried about your health, you know.
Yeah.
People don't think about it till things start happening, you know.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, man. I really want you to succeed. I don't know if you know this,
Thank
but
you.
I want you to succeed in all the things that you're doing. That's why I brought you on here today. The other day I was warming up on the deadlift platform, and you told me about this open house that's coming Saturday. That's what triggered this. I'm like, man, people need to know about this open house. So share that with the world, and we'll get this info out as much as possible between now and Saturday.
So I'm so excited about this because I would say it was kind of a soft opening instead of our grand opening. Grand opening will probably be later on January-ish, but this is the first, I guess, reaching out to the community about it being open. Me moving into the old Healthplex, which everyone truly loved. The Healthplex was something that everybody talked about. And a lot of folks have not been to a gym since it closed. So us coming in there with the family atmosphere that we have there, I want them to see it now. I want them to see it now and feel that what we feel every day when we walk in there. We have a great family there. We have a great family at No Holds. And this open house health and wellness fair it's going to be amazing. I have about 12 vendors. I'm teamed up with NECO, which is for foster care. A good friend of mine is a coordinator there, and we always try to link up and do things together for the community. And we came up with this idea of having a health and wellness fair, and it will have healthy foods, healthy snacks. Make Wellness will be there as far as your peptides and your healthy vitamins. Then we have things for kids, you know, music there for kids, like music therapy, hearing impaired. We have some things for that. We'll have primary care there. We'll have a chiropractor there, 2 physical therapists there. Like we plan to have a lot of folks there, and everybody promoting their business at this business. You know, if Kayla will be there, she has Need to Stretch, her massage therapy. Everybody I've tried to invite that are really pillars in the community for health and wellness, and I'm excited. If you're out and about from 9 to 12, 9 a.m. to 12 p. It would be great to have you. And another key thing we're doing is it's called Taste of Fitness, and I'm having all my instructors give 20 minutes of their class, just a little taste.
Really?
So all my instructors, I think there's going to be 7 slots.
That's brilliant.
Just 20 minutes, and then 5 minutes for Q&A. So every 30-minute interval, there's going to be another teacher that comes in and does their class. So from 9 to 12, I'm going to be teaching too. They making me do kids and adults. but I can't wait. I think it's a lot, because a lot of people are intimidated by my trainers. They're like, hey, that's a tough class. Now they get to see it. Yeah. Now they get to do it. 20 minutes. I love that. So this is our soft grand opening, and I couldn't be more excited.
Wow.
Yeah.
So listen, here's how it's going to go. So you're going to show up at 9 at the Healthplex. Do you know the actual number, address?
I think it's 51 Southland Drive.
Okay. Yeah. All right. It's at the Commons. All right. Healthplex. You're going to show up this Saturday, November 15th.
Yep.
All right. At 9 o'clock. All right. You're going to go through a couple classes. You're going to do some Q&As. You're going to get something to eat because they got vendors. You're going to recharge, get something to drink, drop some vitamins, walk around, do a little tour. Kayla's going to stretch you out a little bit. Yep. And then you're going to go back in, and you're going to do some more classes until you find the one that works, that fits you. And then you can tour, the weight room. It is a gigantic weight room. It is, I don't know if it is, but it feels twice the size of your old facility. It's really cool. So I was, when I heard you were moving, I'm like, oh man, I don't know, what's it going to be like? And I walked in, and it was just huge, and I was like, yes.
The windows.
And then you got the cardio stuff, which I never use, but you got the cardio stuff lined up. Just these gigantic windows. It's a beautiful view. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
And just for what God laid in your lap, man.
Yeah, dream come true, really.
Yeah. So use this blessing wisely.
Absolutely. I've learned that. I've learned that in the last 6 months for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. So leads me to my last question. I ask everybody this. Puddle Road, the reason I created this channel was to help people see God and find purpose in everyday life. We've been talking all about your purpose. So my question to you is, where do you see God in your everyday life?
He's everything to me, right? He teaches lessons, and when he teaches those lessons, you got to listen. So whenever I'm taught a lesson, I take a minute to reflect and appreciate the lesson, whether I lost things or not. He's going to give you what you need. So things that I thought I wanted, he took from me. But what I needed, he gave to me. And it took me a long time to stop chasing those things that I wanted and just appreciate the things that he's putting in place for me. So I had a good friend give me this just the other day, and it hit home. She doesn't know what I'm going through, right? I move with God, so victory is certain. And if I gave one of my kids, and they both wear them, right? And that meant so much to me. And I'm guessing God laid that on her heart because she gave that to me while I was going through this.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the lessons that he gives me. So now that I've gone through this, I know to go to him at all times. I know that without him, nothing, right? You have nothing. So it chokes me up a little bit, honestly. Yeah, it was such a hard time, and now you don't understand. I'll be vulnerable here too. So, obviously, people wish they say things as wishful thinking, right? Like it's, is he really going to buy this from me, this equipment from me? Is he really going to take care of me and my family with insurance? And then that first check comes, and all you can do is drop to your knees and just cry, because there's no more of, I wonder if I even could pay myself this month. There's no more, I wonder if I wouldn't be able to make the mortgage at my house, And when that first paycheck hit and I seen that the kids had health insurance and that I was taken care of, out of all the work that I've done for the 5 years to get to this point, it was only God that did that for me. So that's just me being totally vulnerable right now. That weight lifted off my shoulders when I seen that. It was incredible.
It's beautiful. Thank you for being here, Keith. Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you
Thank you for going a little deeper than I expected and being vulnerable. And thank you for taking time to hang out with us here on Puddle Road, where we are trying to help people see God and find purpose in everyday life. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.